What happened last week?
Good questions.
We know you weren't here, Josh. It's okay.
The group split off. Well, actually, we met back up, and then we had a night watch,
Yes.
consisting
First in a while.
most groups. Yeah, we had our
Is she cutting out for anybody else?
silent watch
Yes.
group together as a third group.
Go.
Oh no.
You are
Okay, I'm
out.
gonna jump.
Take two, everyone.
Whoa.
It's okay. Makeup,
Everyone-
lights,
Camera, places, everyone.
places, and 3, 2, 1.
Wow. Okay, so back in the Crescent Cruise cabin, which is a defunct boat warehouse, we had our night watch, which was split up into 3 different groups. The first group was we had Brandy and Shepard just kind of discuss what had happened. She didn't really disclose, the unfortunate circumstances that happened a few hours before to the group, but did talk to Shepard, and they had. I don't know if Shepard wants to talk about it or Brandy.
I'll tag in for just a sec here. Brandy and Shepard had a real heart-to-heart that they haven't had in quite a while. But yeah, Brandy basically talked to Shepard and explained what happened. And we also sort of got a little bit of a delve into the psyche of Brandy, because Shepard asked a very poignant question of if that person was completely healthy, would you still kill them? And Brandy said yes. So basically, to fill anyone in case they didn't know, there was someone who was on death's door, and Brandy accidentally spilled Erlin's name in front of them as we were trying to use code names instead of Varen, instead of Erlin, and Brandy killed them after getting information. And it was sort of like a mercy kill, but to learn that she would have done it if he was healthy is interesting. And the last other thing I got is Shepard used Consult the Spirits for the first time and showed it to only Brandy. So, and learned that the next watches would go good. And after that, the next watch was Asan, Ilaria, and Indra.
And there was a chat. Yeah. Mostly hey, what the fuck is up with this city, man? I don't know. It's cold as shit. I'm freezing, said Indra, who is armored in both plate and, everything. But the dude wasn't looking too hot. Anyway, more discussions on how weird Tevinter is, how we're all kind of acclimating. And yeah. Then we woke up the next group, and in the morning, unfortunately, our Sir Templar was feeling a little sicky-wicky. And so he had to stay behind. Oh, actually, this is actually a little more important. He specifically told the entire group, I'm weaning off the lyrium, but I feel like dog shit, so.
There's gonna be side effects.
It's gonna be a minute.
And Shepard was like, I love you and I support you. But damn, bro.
L.
Kind of rubbed Indra's back for a sec, they're there.
Comforting a drunk girl at your party.
Aww.
It's like, aw, look at
buddy.
you. You went way too hard.
And because of that, we did split up. Sorry, I'm choking up. Ugh,
It was just
contagious.
so emotional.
It's just so hard to talk about.
We just love Indra so much, and it really hurts us all.
Oh.
It's true. We had Shepard and Brandy break off to discuss more of what the Qun may have found, and just kind of get Shepard to talk to them more. And then we had both Ilaria and Asan kind of head more westward by the Merchants Guild and figure out what we have on Mr. Felix Gerardus. Gerardus Felix. I could continue.
I could tag in real fast to give you a little break
Okay.
to tell you what Shepard learned. and then we'll hop back. And yeah, so Shepard and Bernie went off to talk to the Canary and basically learned that the things that happened, like Shepard thought, could not have been caused by the Cerebus. So Shepard, found that. Shepard left Brandy to make cookies with the Canary for like an hour. And I get this is skipping a little bit in time, but Shepard also went to the scene of the crime and found things in two separate directions. One direction had
You don't know your
scorch mark.
Damn it! No, I got stolen.
Oh, I realized it said one. I was like, "You're singing. That's funny." I wonder why.
Oh, classic Alec, just going off on a sing.
I was like, Alex on their chorus run now, I guess. Yeah. So there's scorch marks in I can't say without what direction again.
Oh no.
What direction? And then there was actually like claw marks and like a sign of like a struggle / something being pulled in the other direction. On the mini map, if that's what's up, you'll see that there are two lines, one going to where the scorch marks were, and one where there are the indents and scratch marks. Both leaving the most recent murder site. Tag.
Woohoo! Okay, so then our group, who ended up going to the Merchants Guild just to double check, just to make sure we have all our credentials in place, picking up mail, that sort of thing. We did this whole spiel where it's like, hey, we have a drop off for Mr. Felix Gerardus. If you could please forward that to him. Unfortunately, we got laughed at in line because
When you find him, let us know.
Yeah, nothing worse than getting laughed at the postal service.
No, the pretty lady at the desk laughed at us. She was a little helpful though. She did say he wasn't really a person around the area. Mostly could be found at the little circle north of the Merchants Guild. It's the little white one right there. And that he had a friend who might know more named Glyceria Rungabe. But the dwarven desk clerk was like, yeah, she's a little, We didn't know how to interpret that, so we're like, okay, thank you. And as we were about to leave the Merchants Guild, we ran into some fella who had sold Asan some, spell components. And that fella was revealed to be named Constance Martian. Fuck it. Markian. Sorry.
He's a Martian.
Yep.
Yeah.
From Mars.
Yep.
And we were
AKA
trying
Orlando.
really hard not to reveal ourselves, considering Asan / Ayas has been kind of playing the, like, oh, little old me. I'm just, unfortunately, a slave
Fetching
to
things.
these guys. Yeah, fetching things. But today we decided, you know what, Asan, these guys, we've been noticing more kind of Dalish elves that don't appear. They like the free, not the Fremen, the free. Damn it.
Fremen.
Basically, yeah. They're free. They get to
Liberati.
do their own thing. The Liberati there's a group of folks called that. And yeah. So we tried to get more information on where Felix Gerardin may be by having Ilaria pretend that he's a long lost cousin and she's just a poor little orphan girl trying to find home. In the process, after making a down payment, realized, oh shit, Constance is also Orlesian. And he's like, you know what, I don't currently have any stuff for you right now, but we've kind of entered a business deal of like, I'll let you know what I know if you do things for me. Cool. And then they dapped up, and then we went to the circle after that.
Hey, Dap, though.
They dapped up, as Orlesians do.
Yes. The French,
Uh,
famous for their dab.
Yeah. So, we made our way to the circle to meet Glyceria Rungabe.
Gabe.
Rungabe. we found out that she was turned into a tranquil. And through some investigation, we learned that the most likely reason was that the Imperium wanted to turn her into an example. She was outspoken against the way that she was outspoken against the status quo, and because of that, she was offered for her crimes to be turned into a tranquil, which she accepted. I believe that's right.
She accepted because she had bills to pay and a family to feed.
Yep. And this would allow her to still teach, still work a job, make money. So yeah, she is still a teacher. At least the tranquil version of herself admitted. Felix probably doesn't consider me a friend anymore. However, we did look on the schedule, and his next class is scheduled for a couple of days from now. I don't think we got the exact date. I think the exact wording was just a couple of days from now.
It was a couple of days. We also found out he runs basically a free clinic, but it's in the less desirable part of town, hence why it's free.
Yep.
And yeah. Also, unfortunately, Ilaria did say Asan instead of Ayas in front of the tranquil lady.
So we're gonna hope
Tried to
that
play
the
it off.
tranquil isn't a plant. We're gonna hope that the tranquil isn't just a tranquilized plant.
Yeah. Well, she did say Asan. Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, Ayas. My throat is really dry today. Pardon me.
Good save.
Yeah. That and the tranquil have a little different symbol compared to what we've seen. They have a serpent eating, I think it was an orb? It wasn't an Ouroboros, but eating something else rather than the little blazing sun we've seen in the past. Yeah, weird stuff into winter.
Yeah, they let their men become priests.
That was also a discussion.
Indra and Ilaria did have a sexism talk in which they both
women belong
in the church and men belong in the war.
Men belong in the fields.
And they handshook. And then the next morning, Indra threw up because of the war.
And the sexism.
Yeah. Yeah, he's detoxing the sexism from his body. So, at the end of all of that, the group did begin to reconvene, but I want to rewind the clock a little bit to the beginning of the day with Serdwin and Erland. You both kind of followed Shepard to him discussing with the Kunari, and then to the crime scene afterwards. While on the way there, however, Erland and Serdwin specifically, lagging a little bit behind, you were both stopped by a man in a very kind of gaudy patchwork vest and this very elaborate kind of curled mustache, and he just kind of flags you both down and goes, "Oh, you there, you common folk, you haven't had any exciting things happen lately, have you? I present to you," and he just flourishes a flyer, "the grand reopening of the Obsidian Zoo. Do come by."
He said the Obsidian Zoo?
Mm-hmm.
He just pulled a flyer up out of nowhere?
Out of his vest. No, out of his ass, actually.
Out of his ass.
Yep.
He bent over.
Yeah, had to rummage around a little bit.
Uh-huh.
It's dangerous.
It's free to the public.
Erland forcing himself back into that chipper attitude. Well, that's mighty kind of you. He'll grab the little paper. Said it was a reopening, huh?
Yes, we've had some complications the last couple of months, but everything is quite in order, and it is completely safe, I assure you. None of that. Don't worry about anything that you've ever heard. Please do come by, and it is a great investment, I assure you. And he just kind of like points at you, Erland. We have a rather varied collection of animals from all over the land. Of course, refreshments and some little carnival rides. It's a great day to spend with your, servant? Refers to Saradwin.
Ah, yes. Helpers.
Yes, take her out on a day trip. She's probably never had fun in her life.
He'll, like, look to Sarah back at the paper. I'll have to make a day of it then. Maybe, step away from all the work and have a relaxing time. Thank you. Who might I thank for this?
Darren.
Darren.
And you are?
Well, Varen, actually.
Oh, our names rhyme. You know what that means?
We'll be good friends, huh?
Sure.
He's like trying to force the smile on his face. Well then, we'll be sure to stop by when we have a minute to gather ourselves.
It's by the
Thanks.
Eastern Wall. I'll be seeing you.
Eastern.
And he skips away.
Eastern Wall.
Right over here. Bloop.
Zoo.
Exotic
Yay!
animal.
We get to see elephants.
What the hell is an elf?
Nobody
Exotic
knows.
animals and perfectly safe, unlike whatever people would have heard before. Is sounding any alarms in your head?
Unfortunately, Renee is not here, so if you wanna... I would say, but like Shepard and Brandy were there, I believe, right? So like, if you guys wanna like overhear this as well.
You say something about a zoo?
Yeah, the Obsidian Zoo.
What's a zoo?
Erland's kind of lost there as well. Well,
Zoo is? Brandy, do you know what a zoo is?
Is that a dance?
No.
No. Okay. Obsidian suggests it's some sort of rock, or material.
he was touting about his exotic animals, his creatures and beasts and such. I'm more familiar with the concept in the sense of people, but if I were to imagine it with animals, they would just have a lot of them stored someplace for people to gawk at.
I'm just
Maybe have them do little shows of whatever those animals do.
You think the animals would want to be in there?
I don't think the animals would have a choice. I think this is more like, like
It's like-
poachers and things.
Maybe
Again,
we
it's
should
kind of, it's.
stop by.
I assume it's a little similar to how they handle people and persons of interest.
So, I'm confused about one thing.
Yeah.
I thought obsidian was a rock.
I think potentially the obsidian is pretty rare, right? So it's saying like rare zoo.
I think it's more like a name, but sure.
I mean, I'm learning what a zoo is.
Yeah, I don't know what a zoo is either, so that's why I said zoo again, because I don't know how to describe it, because it's just a zoo.
You
Weird
know
thing
how
to
you
say.
have, what, you had like a ranch, right?
Yeah, like where the animals lived.
Yeah. So just that, except people pay you to go look at them and I guess maybe pet them. I don't know.
You know, that
Very
doesn't
small
sound too
scale
bad.
stuff, you know. It's like
Yeah.
maybe you'd pay someone to let you watch their little nugs run around, and maybe one of them would do a little trick through a hoop. It's entertainment. Look, basically, this gives me this is giving me an idea here.
Okay.
These things are exotic, right? They
Yes.
gotta have something to bring in the eyes, bring in the people, and these things, I mean, for one reason or another, caused the place to close down in the first place. So, you think one of them beasties might be what would have done that, well, latest murders?
It's possible. There's potentially two things that like fought at the site, though.
Two things.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Do we want
Found
to
something new?
Do we want to reconvene back at the base so like the entire group
Yeah.
can discuss this? All right, yeah. You head back
Yes.
after the investigation, flyer in hand. Shepard, you have your own theories.
Getting robotic.
Oh no. Meow.
No, there was a robotic meow.
All right. Yeah, my internet.
Everyone's
Oh,
sounding
we're
more
all
robotic.
robotic.
Or like Hotel California.
And we're recording
Yeah.
again.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, what I was just about to say. Not
no,
gonna.
no, Tony, it's only for the Patreon After Dark members.
Oh, right. Then I can make the joke. Yeah.
Right.
Oh my god!
Ren.
Fran!
Oh. I was rushing.
No, I'm Russian.
Oh, good.
Hey.
Well, why don't you slow down,
That's
buddy?
so funny.
Why are you in a big time rush? What?
What?
Like, oh man. And everyone, that's our joke of the day. Yay!
All right, everybody sign off.
GG's.
All right,
Uh,
that's it. We got our joke of the day out of the way. So
Yeah, Ren, we just did the recap. Erland and Saradwin got stopped by some zoo freak that gave them a little flyer and then skipped off into the distance. And now the group is reconvening after a little investigation to discuss what they found. So, just in time for group discussion.
I just associated through all of that. Oh
Yep.
my god.
Yep.
You were just being
Oh
quiet.
my god, you're back.
Yeah, the group reconvenes at the at their little abandoned workshop.
Conveniently near the zoo.
Haha,
So convenient.
haha. That was actually by accident.
I love walkable cities.
They even have a streetcar.
Well, what's a streetcar?
Anyway, you're all back. Indra kind of like turns to you all, just goes, "You're back early. What'd you guys find?"
Our Felix Gerardus fellow has a friend. But unfortunately, he's a really hard man to find.
like how hard?
Like, catching an eel with your hands hard. He has a
that's
class in a
pretty
few days. But, I don't know about you. I don't really want to sit in circle lectures for days on end.
Wait, you don't?
If he teaches a class, is that really hard to find? Like, we know exactly where he's going
He's
to be
very
and when.
vague. Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, by all means, yes, go to school if you'd like, but I kind of lack. She like does the hand thing. Some
I
of the
feel like
things
that'll
needed for
be
the class.
Oh, you remembered my name this time.
Yes.
what?
All good. I sneezed in front of his friend Glyceria. All good though. Smooth as butter. Fixed it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, as exciting as the academics might be a bit harder to sell the idea of us just sending out our slave to do some light studying.
I mean, they could be educated.
Ren, I think you cut out.
They could be educated.
In magic? Do
Yeah.
we want to try to?
No.
Exactly.
I mean,
is that the only clue?
Gia, sorry. Was there a specific time? I know it's at a few days, but I don't think we asked about the time. Rough.
Probably like like a late evening class.
Okay, night class. Let's go.
I mean, was that the only clue that you found about his whereabouts? Or...
No, we have one fellow that I kind of befriended. Not really. We made a little contract, and she's like rubbing her neck, which unfortunately is now empty. Yeah, he'll have some drops for us once he has favors he needs to cash in.
Drops? Like, what is this like an exchange of?
We do stuff for him, and he gives information for us. Don't worry, I did a down payment.
Alright. How do you want to get a hold of this Felix guy? Do you want to try to catch him before or after the class, or actually try to sit in on the class? I mean, it's not like many of us could really pull off being a mage.
Looks around.
Not the kind of mage.
I mean, is the circle only open to mages? Like, I don't know. Maybe he has pretty interesting things to say. What did they even teach at the circle?
Did you ask what his like specialty or something was?
Shoot, I feel like that was mentioned. I don't have that.
It was mostly life magic, right? Healing stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is out of character. We know I wrote that he does do the whole free clinic healing, but class wise, I did not have anything.
What Mark said is correct. Healing magic.
Okay, cute.
And that was a Mark. That was a San fully being like, actually.
Actually, nerd emoji.
It was
What are you
healing
speaking
magic
spoken to?
specifically.
Alright, well, I could try to sit in as an interested party in a similar field.
We
I
could
don't-
have our resident nerd mage eyeing us on sit in, and then a few of us could tail him after.
What do we want to get out of this guy?
Hopefully information.
On the Liberati? On question mark, question mark, question mark.
I never really got the full rundown of why exactly I was trying to find out about Felix. He's important. He knows people that that could lead us closer to the folks we're finding.
He's also one of the few outspoken people against the status quo in the Tevinter.
Do we want?
So a more. Sorry,
Say-
go ahead.
Do we want to send a slave to sit in on his class? Won't that kind of be against his whole philosophy? You kind of are the status quo.
We kind of came up with a different story.
What's your-
Asan is an assistant. And she does like jazz hands at him.
An assistant?
An assistant. A magically inclined one.
So you just admitted that he can. Look, we need to get our story straight here.
I was about to
'Cause
say,
who's a mage? Who's a mage other than the people that we can't let people know are mages?
Actually,
I mean, I don't know, buying. Go ahead.
Liberati and elves can technically be mages in Tevinter. Especially, it's kind of common practice to free mage slaves.
Are we treating them like they're freed then?
I think that's what Asan and I went with the last time we were at a library.
So they're
And that's
free,
how we
they
walked.
just work for us still.
Kind of like
I painted
collective.
us more of, a collective of traders who happen to have magically inclined individuals assisting us.
The issue is that freed slaves are freed before a court of law with their masters present, so if we really want to stick with that story, we're going to have to forge some documents.
I mean, sorry, this is an out of character question. Would that apply, considering we're not technically from Tevinter?
you guys have legal paperwork.
As merchants.
So it really depends with the story. Are these elven slaves from Tevinter that you bought and then freed, or are these just normal elves not from Tevinter that you took with you and who work with you?
Oh.
That is the point. Elves in Tevinter, usually slaves unless they're freed directly. Elves outside of Tevinter, if you claim as a group that you're from a different country, then this country's laws don't really affect how you treat, your own personnel.
I kind of,
But an outsider elf
yeah.
still isn't a good thing to have.
You don't know. You haven't really seen outsider elves with, the fact that they don't really want to come around here, but they can't
Yeah.
exactly, see an outsider elf and then capture them and just be like, you're enslaved
off.
now, if they have, an entourage with them,
Right.
So if you want to claim that, they're outsiders and they work for you and they're, as long as you guys,
Interns.
they can just be normal people. As long as you guys don't get caught alone in an alleyway at night and captured and enslaved, then, you're free to roam the streets.
We gotta chaperone our buddies.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
I think it's dangerous to pretend like they're just free agents here. It's the wrong kind of attention. We kind of want to blend in, more or less. I mean, show ourselves off as maybe a bit well off, so people have more reason to respect us.
I mean, it's about what they're comfortable with. She turns towards both Sarah and Asan. Do you guys, would you be able to pretend you're from here? That we kind of bought and freed you after?
if we are going with that freeing them story, we're gonna have to have a good reason, a good show of it.
They would have a record of that, wouldn't they?
Exactly.
I mean,
Probably.
we can forge records.
We?
Oh, right. She displays the little fake letter of, "Hey, this is an inquiry for Felix Caradus on land due to him from the Free Marches."
It's pretty
I
well
picked
made.
up a forgery kit. Yeah.
We'd want an example,
And I mean,
wouldn't we? Something what they normally look like. Faces.
we have that
reach out,
library.
Library.
You think they would have a document like that in the library?
Current records of what freed slave documentation looks like. I mean, if it makes it easier for y'all to go around and doing your business, then sure.
I feel like we're kind of spiraling here a little bit, you guys.
Yeah.
Is it really... I mean... We haven't even reached anything in terms of, like, Synesius's caliber. I think if they start asking questions, then we... You know...
The whole story kind of falls through.
But also, we haven't really even talked to anybody from the city or like, high-ranking magisters. I don't think a fucking merchant's gonna care.
Right. The one issue is that the merchant we talked to kind of sold Hassan some magical components already.
You went off to buy magical components.
No. Well, I mean, well, the other day, yes.
This is going in the compilation.
I'm a elf servant in a city of mages. Of course I'm gonna buy magical components.
For who?
He didn't ask, I didn't say.
I think if it's a situation where we don't have to give away information, we're not going to. So I think it's fine.
It's a loose end. They keep records, ledgers, right? That could be something people track us down for.
Okay, then we'll have Ilaria forge documents and sneak it into a building where they keep all their records.
Okay. Have to figure out what building that is. Where would they keep this stuff? I don't know. Heads or tails of this city.
Why are we looking... So the Felix Gerardus fella, he was a high-ranking mage that got, you know, a little bit fucked over because he denounced slavery and shit, right?
That's what I'm getting at. Or at least that's what I'm thinking.
What it sounded like, at least.
Alright, so if we find him, and he introduces us to his little buddies, we're in, and they can figure out a way for us to get the forged papers. But he doesn't have to be our only lead.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, so there's a class we could go to. There's... what did you find, Shepard?
So I went to the most recent murder site and found something interesting. It looks like there might have been maybe like a battle or a fight between two creatures. That's one theory. There are scorch marks going one direction towards a circle, and there are scratches, indents going towards sort of like the slum area, closer to like the dockyard. I meant to ask, just because info I've gotten before, what kind of imprints in the ground would a golem make, Erland?
Golem. What is my best assumption?
Give me an Arcana check.
Alright.
Or a history.
Or history.
And I believe you would make that with advantage because they are dwarven in make.
Dwarven. History.
18. Golem.
As an additional note, in case... Technically, the guy in my hammer used to make these all the time.
You don't know the specific process of a golem, like, being created. It's... But you do know that they're culturally dwarven and that they've been used for, like, centuries, crafted by, you know, dwarven paragons, essentially, like, gods, to create, like, armies for the dwarves of indestructible warriors. Sometimes they have control rods that other people can kind of, like, use to direct them, but a lot of golems have, like, a kind of a mind of their own. They are constructs. They are huge. Bigger, wider than the Kunari, than Shepherd, made of pure stone, sometimes imbued with lyrium or other crystals with certain powers. They are near indestructible and cause a lot of structural damage. Even, like, walking or bumping into a building will cause, like indents or kind of, like, large breaks in the ground.
Sorry, why are you bringing up golems here?
There were indents in the ground from something very heavy stepping.
Very heavy.
And it sounded like, to me at least, that these could have been done by a golem. I heard that they were in this area.
Maybe.
And we haven't seen or heard of them since we got here.
If one came through around here, it'd be very hard to miss. Those things, they practically shape the land to fit them. They're massive, at least from the stories, they say. Every step or footprint would be like a quake in the earth. I mean, if anything's going to cause a lot of damage to structures, rip things off their foundations, it'd be a golem.
Kinda sounds like the scene of the crime.
Maybe.
It's just a theory.
I ain't ruling it out, but part of me thinks it would have been worse. But I don't know. I don't have a lot of experience with these things.
This control rod thing.
Yeah.
Would someone in control just be able to tell the golem what to do?
I mean, they don't have a lot of mind of their own. That some of them have some level of autonomy, I guess.
So someone,
right?
I think so. To someone
what, ordered it to go smash up places and kill
But
people?
if someone not great was in control,
Mm. Someone not great in control of a golem.
Yeah.
Well, it's a rare make. Usually, whatever. Look, it's yeah. If someone had a control rod to one of these things, right? They'd be able to command it to do just about anything. But how would they even get away? How would they not just carve a whole path through half the city trying to get them out?
I don't have an answer for everything. It's just a theory.
Yeah. Well, my theory is that you said the scorch marks led closer into the city.
Yes.
What directions?
Shepard had already, like, this is Tony to Erland. Shepard
Okay.
already told you.
All right.
And they're listed on the map.
Yeah,
Maybe.
scratch, and like weird, heavy indents going kind of like eastward. Then the scorch marks, kind of like, seems like a struggle, sign of a struggle, down east.
It's possible that this came from the zoo. I mean, that's a lead that literally just fell in my lap in a way. And they talk about having their rare exotic beasties. I mean, it's possible that the kind of exotic they're talking about is magic, like a big spectacle, something that could have breathed fire or something. I don't know. You guys looked up all sorts of different beasts around Tevinter that could have done this kind of thing, right? Could be one of those. You found a lot of shit like that at the library, didn't you?
Yeah, we haven't really seen any around though. You want to go and check it out?
It's apparently been closed for a while and recently reopened, so there might be a history of these things causing problems. It's all right. We have a couple ideas here, right? If there is someone with a rogue golem, right, then someone might have better luck asking about it at the embassy. And the zoo gives us an idea of whatever kind of creatures they have in their care, and maybe if there's any sign of them having broken out recently.
Okay.
Meanwhile, we got a few days until Felix does his class, and then if we can get on his good side, at least try to play the card of, we're just some altruistic folk trying to free some slaves in our possession. Maybe they'll be amenable to that. They'll lead us where we need to go to forge some documents and get in contact with the kind of leads we need to find people.
We also... Are we still looking for the, one of your guys, Shepard the Mage? Question for the group, I guess. Are we still on that trail?
Yeah, this is part of it, right? I mean, the more we find out about the murder site, the easier we can figure out where they could have gone. I mean, I don't know what the hell happened there, but someone's dead. Whoever was in charge of that mage is dead, and they're off who knows where, captured. Probably.
Could explore one of the circles.
If we find out what happened at the murder site, right, and give some clues, that'd be our way into getting into the underbelly. They want to know what happened here as much as anyone else does.
Alright, where are we off to? We got the zoo. Are we all going there together?
I mean, I got invited. It'd be rude, I guess. He said it was a good investment. You can figure out just exactly what he means by that.
We heading anywhere else? Or...
Oh, zoo.
Zoo.
Alright. And Indra kind of gets up with all of you. And you all head out. Yippee.
Meow.
Wow. I'll pause the recording. Alright, and we're back. Are you all heading out to the zoo, or do you guys want to split the group again?
I think it would be nice to zoo together. Let me know.
To zoo.
It's
I'd
been
like
a
to
while.
go to the zoo.
Okay.
Yay!
Alright. Doo-doo-doo. At the eastern edge of the city is a strange structure of obsidian pillars and walls with wrought black fences and fountains of elephants spewing bronze water from their trunks. The entry is free to the public as you walk beneath a sign that reads the Obsidian Zoo. Inside, noises of animals you both recognize and don't fill the air. It doesn't seem to be super busy, but there are other people exploring the grand reopening with you. As you kind of walk around, you notice many normal zoo animals, or at least like what's normal to you. There's a pen of wolves, a little aviary of crows. There's 2 elephants kind of moving slowly about a large enclosure. And then there's one that you don't recognize. Deep stalkers, only animals, strange like lizard creatures found only underground. In a large kind of pen growling, there's a sign that says, "Do not get too close to the railings. These things are fast." Outside the pen. There's a cage filled with trees that upon closer inspection seem to move and gaze upon you, and then go back to standing perfectly still. One large gurn is this kind of like rhino creature that, Ilaria, you recognize. They're from Orlais. This one seems to have been captured. Several hearts. These are larger deer creatures. They look a little bit bored as they kind of walk around a smaller enclosure. It doesn't seem to fit them. The zoo staff doesn't quite know how to take care of them, seemingly. And then exotic-looking sheep and ram. Their wool faces and eyes are deep black with their irises reflecting light. And Shepherd, you specifically know these sheep. You've taken care of them before.
Shepherd like goes up to the sheep and in Kanari just says, "My flock?"
Bah.
Hey, Shepherd.
Yeah.
Give me an animal handling check.
Oh no.
Okay. Animal handling.
You notice one of the sheep kind of walk up to the edge of their enclosure, look up, and you recognize this one because it has a little etch on its like nose from a scar it got when it was younger. It just looks up. Ah.
Look at you. Ah. We always affectionately called you Bit of Nose Missing.
Rather long name.
It's a perfect name.
We name everything after what it is, so
Athlock,
yeah.
can we get our heads in the game here?
These are my sheep.
You're kidding.
No, I'm serious.
No, I'm Shepherd.
What are you kidding?
No, I'm Athlock.
I'm not kidding. Don't call me Shepherd.
I'm a shepherd.
You're absolutely sure these freaky looking sheep are yours?
What do you mean freaky, first of all? And yes, these are mine.
There's nothing in their eyes. Look, ignoring that.
Now look at them. They're so sweet. They have so
Shepherd,
much in their eyes.
Shepherd, you hear, or not Shepherd, sorry, Erland, you hear like a deep, unsettling voice in your head until you realize it's your hammer fucking with you.
The hammer is going bah.
Aw.
Everyone's a jokester. Look, that's great, but this probably isn't a good look for a hired muscle. You know? We can think about whatever we're gonna do about that later.
But they're my sheep.
Shepherd, as you look at them, they're relieved to see you and are a little jittery. And you notice, like, there is, like, a nervousness with these animals, and probably the rest, though you don't really know. You haven't inspected them yet. But they are... The zoo has, like, a lot of standoffish animals that, like, they should be used to humans by now.
Ooh, question.
Mm.
Where are the who are the sheep's neighbors? Like their other pens around?
They haven't been placed next to like predators or anything. Next to them would be the hearts, the larger kind of like deer folk, and then like on the other side would be like just an open kind of like flower patch. So it doesn't seem to be like they're worried about their neighbors or anything.
Shepherd does like a quick head count, as much as he can. Is it at least a similar number to what Shepherd remembers of the sheep?
It seems that they lost a
Be way
few
more.
along the way, but for the most part, all of them are there. There seems to be like 3 missing.
Ouch.
So I didn't know if they look scared because
Is it just like a bunch of sheep then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's sheep and rams.
Like a-
yeah.
Damn. Like just like a whole ass flock that they have just here.
Right, yes. Along with like Shepherd's people, the flock did also go missing.
Well, that's what we
It was
that's,
real,
what we,
like-
that's what we were thinking of the first, 90% of
Yeah.
that story.
Yeah, so like Shepherd wasn't lying, technically.
He was. Yeah, I just like I'm sitting here like this zoo just straight up has like a couple dozen sheep.
Where would you think they would be? At the
know.
underground sheep holding facility?
Maybe.
I
A sheep
always
workshop.
Park of sheep.
Myself
Josh,
and Erland are simply surprised at the sheer number that they just have here.
Yeah, it's just like a lot of sheep.
A lot. It's like
Josh isn't concerned by like the appearance of the sheep. It's not like an SCP to him. It's the fact that there's just 12 sheep running around.
so many.
They look friendly, just really skitterish.
What's wrong, little ones?
Ah,
Don't tell me you can talk to them.
No,
We do
Saradwin
have
can do
someone-
that.
Who does?
Oh my. Oh. No,
Okay.
move
Nudge,
aside,
nudge.
Shepherd.
Move aside, Shepherd!
I'm quoting that. I'm quoting that. I'm quoting that. Give me 2 seconds. I will speak for the sheep, but give me 1 second.
I could talk to them better than you ever could.
Oh my god. Okay.
Just hold
All right.
I appreciate you talking to them.
So
Just
are
hold
you...
on there, Sarah.
Let's
Look.
figure out what they're saying.
Hold on. Look,
What? Yeah.
if you're about to cast a spell, I don't know if this is the best
This is not a spell.
way to do this.
It's a ring.
Are there folks around us?
There are. It's, you know,
How
a
many?
zoo.
Like,
A lot of people.
Okay.
It is a
Um,
zoo in an open public space.
Then. Okay.
we could have a conversation. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just be careful with any casting, alright? We'll try to make it not look too obvious.
Well, it's a good thing I'm not casting.
Alright. Well, we'll try to make you talking to sheep look a little less obvious then.
I would look like Ted.
Yeah,
Well-
that's normal, but I mean, that's your version of normal freaks people out, so let's try to not make enemies here.
All right. What's up, guys?
So are you...
I'm gonna
just-
stand.
Are you openly speaking to, like, the sheep in the zoo, or are you trying to at least somewhat keep it on the down low?
I'm just gonna be casual about it and not make it too obvious.
Okay.
Could I do a thing?
Kind of
Um,
keeping a lookout,
please.
you know?
Okay, hold on. Okay, so first,
Okay.
Annika, what's up?
Have it be like Ilaria has no idea what they're saying,
Mm-hmm.
but at least pretend to be talking to Sarah so a passerby
Okay.
would see
Alright.
Sarah going like, "So, how long have you been away from home?" "Oh, you know, it's been a couple few days."
Okay.
Bah, 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 bah.
Alright, okay. Josh, what are you doing?
Simply like keeping a lookout for any prying eyes in our situation here.
Okay, and Tony?
I was just gonna ask specific things to be asked to the sheep.
Okay, gotcha. So you're feeding like Cyrano de Bergerac
Translation
for
squad.
Saradwin.
Yeah.
Alright.
We got a whole ass.
Got a
Hello.
whole
Got a whole ass operation just to talk to one sheep.
It's important.
Buried.
The most
Um,
important interrogation of our lives.
Yep.
Please make sure you tell them that I've missed them dearly and I've been looking for them.
Okay.
Aw.
And ask them why they look nervous.
Hey guys. This guy right here. You know him. You love him. He really missed you guys. Why are you so nervous?
So, first of all, Ilaria, give me a deception check, and Erland, give me a
Okay.
perception check, and Saradwin, give me a sleight of hand or stealth check.
Oh shit!
And
Sorry.
you don't have disadvantage on sleight of hand, I believe.
No. Okay.
27 deception, Jesus Christ.
Oh, you know.
My sheep.
Work's been really busy, and
Work's been really busy.
Sleight of hand 19.
Nineteen. 27 deception and 20 perception. Okay, Erland, you notice that you get a few weird glances, but otherwise, no one seems to be paying too much attention. One, because it seems like people are noticing the fact that Saradwin is elven, and they're just kind of like letting their own biases, like, oh, elves doing weird things, talking to animals. Yeah, you would, you fucking tree hugger type of situation.
Jesus.
They're at the zoo, they do that thing, they just like stare down the minority without even realizing.
wow, tree hugger. Okay.
Meanwhile, Edwin is just like, oh, how long have you been away? Oh, you're so cute.
Do the sheep respond?
Yeah, give me a second.
Give the DMs a second.
Okay, sorry.
Brittany
Yeah,
wants
I'm
to do a
crafting.
funny voice for the sheep, and I want to give information from the
God.
sheep, and we're trying to figure out how to do that.
Okay.
The
Alright.
sheep are the herd is together. They're discussing.
Herd
Okay.
together.
Okay, okay,
strong.
Alec, you do it.
I feel
I'll
like you can go first, and then I'll like chime in.
yeah. Hail, ugly traveler.
Hi.
What do you want?
Why do you look so nervous?
I can't keep a straight face right now.
Why do you look like that?
Why do you look like that?
Okay. Well, I'm just saying that your shepherd missed you a lot. And he's just really worried about you guys. And I'm the only one that can talk to you and understand you.
But the shepherd speaks to us still. We understand him. He has not to understand us.
He's not supposed to?
No creature speaks to us. Not as fluently as you.
Oh, well, you know. I can, you know. I'm just in tune with nature like that. Alright, so what's making you so scared?
Many moons ago, a beast had come into this place. It had slaughtered many creatures. It had fled in the night towards the salty water.
Was it big?
Of course. What
Did it
else
look like,
but a large creature could cause this?
did it scorch and destroy things?
No, it clawed and bit.
Oh.
Tooth and nail, it rended us asunder. By the way, you're talking to a sheep.
Bah, bah,
Ah.
Wow, they're very vocal today.
As you hear the words, "It tore and plundered us asunder," you feel your body go cold, as if it's remembering something that it relived. And you feel your mind go a little bit hazy. And the rest of the group, you notice Saradwin just kind of like go a little bit catatonic, and her eyes go blank.
Hey, you okay?
A
How's the
strange
conversation going?
mist fills your vision, Saradwin.
Sarad, in this moment, you feel disconnected from your body. You almost see your vision leave from the back of your head and look behind you, as if it were just walking out of a room, and it starts walking away from you. It starts moving slowly through the zoo and out back into the city. And then, as this strange perspective moves through the buildings and alleyways, you're noticing something. The foliage, the vines and weeds in the back alleys become denser. And the perspective begins to speed up. Eventually, it becomes so dense, you realize that you're in a forest, and you feel adrenaline, excitement, hate. It's strange. You were so, well, calm for Sarad. And now it's such a stark contrast. And then, in a split moment, you see a large bipedal wolf-like creature lunge at you and then over you as it runs through the trees. And you begin to chase it.
Oh.
And it gets to the point where the chase becomes a blur. Through trees, to hills, to sand, to mountains. The great hunt continued. And then you find your vision stopping at a certain point. At the perspective of Naraminian, as if you were on a hill looking down at it. The beast is here. I know it. Saradwin of Clan Elwood.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
My hunt will come to an end soon, and you shall enact that.
Okay.
No questions of the quarry, nothing. What hunter are you? To slay such large beasts and have no want to know its name.
What is it? Is it the Dreadwolf?
No, are you stupid? It's a werewolf.
Oh. Okay. All right.
I had hunted a great beast for many moons. It had always eluded me, and it eventually had killed me.
Who are you?
I am Ashin. And Sarah, you recognize this person from the first time you ever had a vision with the sword.
Oh.
It is one of the 4 trapped spirits.
All right. Kill a werewolf.
You know, like laundry. Just putting that on the list.
I'll get to it.
I'll do it tomorrow.
it's
Oh my god.
Werewolf.
It will not be easy, Sarah. This creature had eluded me for decades. It is cunning. It is savage. And it will kill you if you are not prepared.
Does it have like a human form?
Of course it has a human form, but I had never seen it. For all I know, it could be an elf.
Okay.
I love that Find Rock is higher than Kill Werewolf.
That's not in order.
All right.
Do not fail, Saradwin. This is the closest I have ever become.
I won't. Or else I'll be stuck in here.
The vision. And you are back in the moment with the sheep staring at you. And you find yourself slowly getting reaccustomed to feeling your body. You've been out maybe 2 seconds. For the rest of the group, for like 10 seconds, Saradwin had just kind of like stopped and stared at the sheep wordlessly.
So the normal Saradwin, got it.
What did they say to you?
So, okay, so there's a creature that came
Bad.
out
Okay.
of the water. And it slashed and bit. And then I just got this vision. And I turned back to the sheep. It's like, what did it look like? A bipedal wolf?
Yes, great fur it had.
Okay. It's a werewolf, guys.
What?
A werewolf.
A werewolf.
Where's the what?
So the sheep and the animals around here were attacked by a bipedal wolf. And then my sword said it was a werewolf.
That might explain scratch marks. It could have been for a great battle, or it could have been maybe
That would also explain how
the
it,
transmutation ending.
yeah, it got away without, causing,
Just be a person again.
yeah.
Yeah. Problem is, we don't know what the human form looks like. I asked. They don't know.
DMs. Werewolves just like a common knowledge thing, like demons? Vaguely? Folklore?
To Erlen? Nope.
At least be.
I feel like it would folklore surface
Folklore
wise.
Folklore-wise, if
Folk-
you read about it, yeah. To elves, maybe a little bit more. It really just depends. It's not, like, completely out of the question, but it's not, like, common knowledge. Like, yeah, hunted a
Yeah.
werewolf the other day. It was kind of big catch.
Nah,
Why are we Jersey?
We were monster hunters, and even this wasn't a
Because
concept, you know?
Jerseyans look for werewolves down under. I don't know.
Yeah.
Antivan
That's what we do
elves,
in the winter.
Yeah.
the Antivan Dalish tribes.
Oh god.
It stands up on 2 legs like a person.
Yes. So imagine me transforming into a wolf. That's normal.
Sure.
But these people that are cursed, they are cursed, and then they transform into these like crazy wolves, but they still run around on 2 legs. They're very big, they're very hairy, very dangerous. And then they can transform back into human.
Oh,
I think
you're dead serious about this.
Oh, I'm serious.
Oh.
you think this werewolf could be linked to our Felix friend?
That's what I was
Felix
thinking.
is the werewolf, or
What?
knows the werewolf.
I mean, anyone could be a werewolf.
Anyone?
Anyone.
Even me?
No.
No.
Oh.
Would Ilaria have some knowledge to break it down?
Give me a history check.
Give me a break
Okay.
it down check.
Break it down.
Give me a bust it down
She
check.
breaks it down. History 17. 13 plus 4.
I guess, like, don't go into too much detail, but I feel like Ilaria
Right,
would have,
right.
like, a good amount of knowledge, especially if, like, she was kind of quirky and, like, read about this kind of stuff. I'd say, yeah.
You know how Darkspawn can make you Darkspawn? If you, like, stay around too long?
Yeah.
So, another werewolf, if you stay around too long, or they get you. you become like that.
Like Sarah.
No, like a werewolf.
Sarah.
I feel like
Not
every
good.
time we fuck up one of our names, we should just like get punched or something.
Yep. Punches
New
himself
rule.
in the arm. My
Bite
problem
your
with that
tongue.
one is that her name's a lot like her actual name.
Yeah.
Same with you, Andy. Look, whatever.
You've yet to
And
mention
Arya.
that.
Why is it all three of you? Whatever.
Maybe we
You
should.
gave me this
wait,
nickname.
maybe we should. I don't know. Okay.
I didn't
who
say
uses
that you should use
actual
it for
nicknames?
covert purposes.
All right,
Should we go somewhere
nicknames.
where... And you, like, notice, like, a few people just kind of, like, beginning to eye you guys as you're all arguing.
Not the
The
time.
sheeps are
Not the time.
bowing.
Not the time.
Which way did you say it went?
Sheep. Which direction did it go? Back into
Towards
sea?
the salty water.
Towards the salty waters.
Okay. So, somewhere by the docks.
Let's leave the zoo, at least. And Indra will kind of, like, whisper to Shepard, are we breaking your sheep out of here, or...
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah, we are.
Alright.
Yes.
Add that to the to-do list.
Yeah, so
To the
yeah, it's gonna
tubes.
be. Yeah, that's added to the list.
It's not even a
Erlen
question.
Erlen does want to like bring up to others. I want to see if I can gather anything from that one fellow who handed me the flyer. If you could give me just like 1 minute here, let me try to track him down.
Give me an investigation check.
Investigation. Let's give this a shot. We've got Warder's Intuition to help us out.
9.
What is
He's
that?
standing by a
I-
concession stand.
Eating
know
a
what?
hot dog.
They weren't that hard to find. That's amazing.
Yeah, no. Oh, you're back. How are you enjoying the grand reopening? Pretty swanky, I should say.
Certainly, yeah. Even as worldly as I've tried to be, there's quite a number of beasts here I've never had the luck to gaze upon. Now, this is your entire assortment here?
Why, yes. We've went to quite great lengths, wink, to acquire some of these.
Oh, I can imagine. I mean, some of these certainly. He wants to like kind of like gesture at like the rhino creature, right?
Mhm.
From like all of us kind of like coordinating, like talking, like kind of like pointing out different things. He's like, I've heard rumors that you see those the other side of the fence, so to speak.
And where did you hear that?
I like to dabble in potion making,
Hmm.
so I've heard creatures like these, they can make for some rather fine materials.
If you're looking for fine materials, the way we smuggled in these creatures is the same way to find anything else.
Really now? You mentioned a spot like this would make for a fine investment, though I didn't see any real entrance fee for getting in here. How would one financially support your escapades here? What would you be wanting from potential investors?
Really, we do business all over the city. And you kind of notice this sparse zoo. The people kind of milling about, the animals looking bored, and while it is, structured in a way that doesn't get the animals, like, in danger or anything, the pens are a little bit too small. It seems like some of the animals, they don't quite know how to care for them. Like, it was constructed a bit mindlessly. we need all kinds of people for the jobs that we offer. A lot of covert operations.
Covert. Am I to assume that this is more of a... He sort of looks around, like a proof of concept, like this is the kind of showcase that you can get your hands on quite a few rare oddities.
Of course. It's also the
Fascinating.
best way to hold our savings.
What does Erland pick up from that in particular?
It's a fucking front.
It's a front, right? Okay. Like, all right.
There's a zoo in a city. It's a fucking front.
It's a free zoo in the city, first of
Yeah.
all.
Free zoo in a city. It's like, oh
They got
boy,
a bunch of weird shit.
I sure love laundering schemes.
No, literally, it's a money laundering scheme.
I
Like-
fucking love how fucking upset you sounded with that, Alex.
There's like
It's
some
a fucking front.
pigeons.
We're not
some
actually
pigeons.
criminals.
So Erland will take that in for a second, right? Well, you all certainly know how to advertise your work. If there's interest in, say, your services or your catalog here, is this the best way to reach you then? Just coming around this part of town.
The best way to reach us would be Nepos. They're the main contact for the operation that we work for.
How might one be better acquainted with this Nepos then? Everyone's a little different in how they like to introduce themselves, or be introduced.
They're usually stationed at one of the locations throughout the city. Usually, you can find them near the western part of town. You know, where all the Liberati congregate. We could send out word. You seem like a man that knows how to do business.
Love to dabble and expand my horizons. You know, some of the best business is done with fewer prying eyes.
I recall them saying something about needing escort work. They're delivering a few important items through the city, but one of the sewers collapsed. Some racket going on. Hasn't been fixed since. Does that sound like something that you and is your group part of this?
Keep them abreast of most operations, yes.
Of course, of course.
I'd like to keep my people there reliable. And
We
if they
all
need
need meat
extra
shields in this kind of work.
Oh, certainly.
But yes, would protection, getting a safe cargo from place to place, something that you're experienced with?
Oh, well, I work as a merchant. Nothing more valuable than what I make out of my own two hands. So, yes, I'd say this is well within our purview.
Then great, I'll reach out to them, and if you want to meet them at, what was it? It was, an old shed out in the slums with white wood on the door. If you see the little window on the shed is open, that means they're there.
Well,
I'll send word of you.
I'll be sure to have a chat, see how we might be able to help each other. Pleasure.
You as well.
He'll return to the crew with a aura of not silent panicking, but instead cool, confident strides. He goes back to the group as we all just kind of like walk and like kind of making our way out of the zoo. And he's just like making an effort to like not move his head or like really say like kind of like speak words for like them to hear and like have it be like kind of covert like. This goes deeper than we thought. This goes all over the place. All right, let's keep moving.
What? Okay.
Let's just hustle
What?
back home.
Yes.
All right. Where are you all going?
If we are walking out of the zoo, Shepard would like to turn to the sheep and say, in Canarian, this is not goodbye, it's just see you later. I'll be back.
Make another animal handling check for me, please.
Life is like Duxbury.
You are their shepherd, and although although sheep are stubborn asshole animals, they listen to you, and it doesn't seem like they're panicking about you leaving. In fact, they're mostly used to it. And they're just like very calmly like grazing as if like, oh, he'll be back. We need not worry.
Good.
Like no matter how many months have passed, those sheep will know that he will come back.
Oh.
And if we're away from the zoo now, Shepard's just kind of like, I gotta get those sheep out of there.
Maybe we save that for when we don't still have bridges we want to keep up.
So when we eventually leave.
Yeah, that'd be your best bet. At least they're alive, right? All of them?
Most of them. Not all of them.
Gotta figure out what the hell that kind of creature is. Or how it acts, how it operates. Anything to help us get more answers out of whoever works by the docks.
He's so real, I thought you meant the sheep for a second.
What?
Like, no, out of character, I thought you were talking about the sheep. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, Josh?
Oh. Thing that done spooked him, you know?
Well, did Cyrudwin's vision give her any clues?
It's here.
Here's pretty big.
Okay. It is in the city. It seems to hang around in the water. Or like around the dock. Since it keeps running back there. It's very cunning, it's savage, and we have to be prepared to kill it.
Okay, how do we get prepared to kill something like that? What kills creatures like that? Also, is our goal is to kill it?
Yes.
And what, like bring its body in so that we can be, like, oh, we found what caused your...
Have we not learned from listening to the voices in your head, Cyrudwin?
This is not a voice in my head. This is a sword. This is the voice in my sword.
I'm gonna fucking lose it.
Look.
Last time, it turned out to be a demon.
There's difference. There's difference.
A big difference. This is like a spirit.
Yeah, and as we all know, spirits are trustworthy and we like them.
Look, the last time I did a favor for the spirit trapped in my sword, I no longer felt like I was dying while fighting things. So if I help out this spirit that's trapped in this sword, then another curse is lifted, and then I won't feel like I'm dying when I fight her.
Maybe a sword that makes you feel like you're dying is bad for you.
Well,
I mean, it's better that Sarah deals with that and tries to, help out whatever's inside it than it sit in the back of a giant dragon turtle.
Or,
yeah,
I don't know, toss it down a well.
No, then I'm still cursed. That's just how curses work.
Is it?
Yeah.
Go to a priest or something. Get uncursed.
You see, the last time I trusted someone to exorcise the demon,
bless it.
I got killed.
I'm not a priest.
Look. This might be... This... It's really lucky that, like, the thing inside her sword actually knows what the hell we're dealing with here. So I'm gonna take that as a little blessing in disguise that it is, and let's work with that knowledge. All right, it gives a lead, it gives us a direction.
Why? I want to insight check Erland. Why is he being so defensive of Cyrudwin?
Yeah?
Sure, go ahead.
The fuck, bro? You telling me you're friends with, like, spirities now?
Spirities?
That's the slur for spirits.
Yeah. Ghosties. Ectos. I don't even know what the hell I roll against that, I'll be real.
I guess, like, up to you.
Yeah.
I got a 13.
One up to you, two, like...
I feel like it's not an active deception, so he's just kind of like... Is this just like regular charisma? Maybe?
If you want.
Yeah. Like regular-ass charisma.
Yeah,
A flat 10.
What would you like to tell... What would you like to share?
Share with the class.
So 2 notes. Erland is a little shocked at just how freaking lucky we are. That we somehow managed to like have the right connection to figure out what the hell this thing is. The second thing is, Erland doesn't want to like touch on the concept of spirits inside of our weapons being able to manipulate our minds. He seems to not be very He seems to not be comfortable with the concept of these like things being like able to actually like control us. And that they're just kind of like sealed off in their own little zone, and we could talk to them, but like they can't touch us.
I'm just saying, it's a little suspicious that your fucking sword was quiet for, the past 2 days that we've been here, but all of a sudden, alarm starts going off?
Well, that's when we talked to the sheep, and they mentioned a big creature that scratched and bit, and then as soon as I heard that, it's just whoosh, just ashen. That's the name. They were like a hunter, and they were hunting this werewolf, but they got killed. So they never got to finish this great hunt, and in order to let them pass on, we have to.
Sarah, I think you got cut off.
Damn it!
I just heard we
Can you hear me?
have to, and then yeah.
No, sorry. It's just, my brain's fuzzy. So we have to kill it. Yes.
I'm not against killing a werewolf. They're dangerous creatures. But
I mean, if we asked around, we could figure out who Ashen was. They're real people. Were real people.
You think we'd hear about them over here? They from
Yes.
this part of... They from this part of Theus?
They were hunting the werewolf here before they ended.
Alright, so you want to try to
sorry,
do like
quick
an
correction.
investigative effort?
Saradwin, the werewolf is like the hunter felt the werewolf's presence here. They weren't hunting it here.
Oh, okay. So they're probably not from here, actually. But the werewolf is close. Maybe I can use my sword as a dowsing rod, but I can't clear my weapon.
We're like kind
Just
of
have
like
the sword out.
discussing, as I hope, on the way to our workshop, our little like
Are
base.
you guys going
I
to the workshop,
assume-
or are you going to the dockyard to like speak to people?
They're not too far.
They're right now. They're
At the
it's
very
on
least,
way.
the idea of us having a bit of privacy as we speak is ideal.
I'll say you guys are fine on that front.
All right.
We give people the stink eye if they're too close.
In the industrial zone, you can barely hear each other over like people like hammering things
But we
in.
have the
or, like,
earring.
Yeah, like you guys are fine in terms of like talking privately.
One person's
Sweet.
like wobbling like a little metal sheet. It sounds like thunder.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hey, Philip, can you fill up this fucking driver? What?
Hey. I'm
You hear a
walking
drill somehow.
Someone's just like, someone crashes like a fucking fence. Hey, what the fuck, Vicky? I thought I told you how to control that rhino. Sorry.
Ah,
There's a car.
Jersey.
There's like cars honking everywhere.
Do we want to try to hit the books and like find out what there is to find out about a creature like that? Wait, hold on a second. He like does a finger to like the earpiece. Do we want to try to actually like
On your AirPods.
Noise canceling headphones.
like hit like another library or something, or one of the circles, try to find out what these things are, what they're weak to, their habits?
Well, I mean, we've been wanting to go to that the Eastern Circle, right?
Yeah. Wait.
Certainly can.
Sorry. Eastern is the green one.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the uber. This is Annika talking. That's the uber fancy rich people circle. Okay.
Rich people.
Are they gonna mind too much about us showing up though? I mean,
I guess it
we're
depends on
just
who
like
shows
searching
up.
for knowledge. Yeah. We don't have freed mages yet.
We could also just, I don't know. We have people here who don't get noticed. Looks at Ilaria, looks at Erlin.
Looks also at
Aw.
Ilaria.
Hi.
Okay. So we can just do some quiet research, right? And
Maybe the rest of
try
us
not to
go
get
to
too
the
many questions
docks.
asked. And to kind of cover our asses with a story, let's say I'm researching exotic creatures for the sake of, like my little potions and all that shit. And you are...
Writing a story.
You're
like
working.
like Hard in Hightown,
Ilaria, I think you're getting rusty.
Oh.
I'm sorry, what kind of trade are you working again? You said it was like textiles?
Well, yeah, Yeah, but I'm in a library.
Yeah.
Maybe
Why
you're
would you be
researching
looking up
like enchanting
rare
textiles
creatures?
with magic or something.
Yeah, right? Like that kind
Oh.
of makes some sense.
Come on.
Fair.
Or maybe you're doing research on the latest, highest mage fashion.
In a circle?
We barely see them outside of the circle. For all I know, they could be wearing PJs. She's asking that question to Indra.
No, they usually wear robes.
Lame.
They don't exactly choose what they wear, you know that, right?
Oh, extra lame.
Right. Let me also bring up another thing. So we have another lead, another way into a bit more underbelly, a bit more seedy dealings. There's someone called Nepos, right? They're the main contact for, from what I could gather, a lot of what the zoo does. A lot of that, they aren't exactly a professional animal keeping business here. This is a lot of it is kind of a show to prove that they can, capture things that are hard to capture. That can extend to a few other things, obviously. So we have a bit of a job opportunity if we want to try to get in good with Nepos, right? They work in this kind of field, and they need help with escort work. They're going to deliver a few objects, things, by my estimation, possibly even people of importance. There's some trouble in the sewers that has been getting in their way. If we give them a hand, they might also be able to give us a hand when it comes to finding certain people, finding certain creatures, getting on their trail.
I was thinking about that too.
Damn you. People of importance, you saying?
Oh my god.
Exactly. It might be a good way to try to find either that mage or maybe the beast.
So we'd have to help the people that potentially took my sheep.
We use
I
the
don't
people
imagine
that took
it
your
was-
sheep.
It's business.
This is a question overall. I'm not sure if it was mentioned. Do we know when Ashen? Ashen?
Asheen?
Sheen?
Wait, is that actually Asheen?
Yes, Asheen.
When they died? Like, was this
You
recently
know
or the last?
nothing.
Okay. Cool. Swagalicious.
Don't think it's a bad idea for us to try to make some friends. Favor for a favor. Might help us understand a bit more of what's going on in the trading of things and people around these parts.
Yeah. Alright, so you and Ilaria head to the circle. The rest of us head to the docks and try to investigate that. Maybe meet up with this Nepos fella.
Well, you'd find Nepos kind of on the other side of town. So,
I mean, the slums are next to the dockyard, so could just make our way there.
yeah, a bit of a walk. But yeah, we'll be a bit out of range, but if anything, this thing should be recharged by now. He holds up the setting stone in case of emergencies.
Alright. Everybody good
If
with
there's
that?
any, try to find out what we
Yep.
can about the kind of beast. Try to arm ourselves however we can. We have we have a good standing with the guild, right? Like we can, if anything, might be able to find something that it can be weak to, right? Your ghost friend didn't make it, but we'll be better off, as a team here.
Yeah, there was one of him, and 7 of us.
One of who?
The Sarah's brain friend.
Sword friend.
Sarah's brain friend.
Well, wasn't there another one and another one?
One of them.
The one we're talking to right now. The others are in the
one that's
neighborhood.
helpful. The one that's currently helpful. But yeah. So you and me, Arya, will do some entirely
Sneaky.
inconspicuous research. For our jobs, our merchants. Did we set up our stands yet?
No.
Crap. Okay, we're gonna have to get that done. Hopefully sooner rather
got
than
us.
later.
I can do it.
Double
I can,
certified.
I can pass by the Merchants Guild while everybody else is. Brandy and I could go if 2 people are needed.
There's only one problem. He kind of like
And?
takes out a little like notebook. He's got like little like scribbles and little notes in there, and he like has a little like writing utensil with him, kind of like chewing on the end of it. I can't, for the life of me, decide. All right, what sounds better, Varen's vows of vigor and vitality, or should I just simplify it? Be like Varen's various vows.
Ooh, I like
Ooh,
very
I like
that.
trials.
I like
Andrilic head in
vials of
hands
vigor
is just kind of
and
sitting on the
vitality.
sidewalk.
You know,
The what?
vigor and vitality makes you feel strong. You know,
Crap.
you're a noble who's having some trouble.
Sounds like we're selling fucking Viagra.
What's that?
What's that?
The way you talk about it, it sounds like gentleman's stone potion.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a dwarven thing? Anyway, I like Varen's vials.
I worry if it's like a bit too wordy. Like, are they gonna charge us by the letter here? Whatever.
I mean,
Whichever the
we
two,
don't.
whichever the situation it is, just as long as we can set up a stall, then we have a, a front.
How about Varen's varied emporium? You know, so we have our stuff to sell too.
Sure. I mean, I figured y'all want to all be like bundled under one thing. Should be like all under mine.
You know what I would hate the
Like our
most?
little
Going
mini-eater
to
here.
different stalls to
Ah,
get different stuffs. I love going to a stall that has everything. She's a Target girl.
Oh my god.
If only there was a mega store.
Guys, we should build a Walmart here.
Oh my god.
Oh
This is a
no.
perfect spot for a Walmart.
all right.
What's a
Well,
Walmart?
we'll get around to getting that done, right? And in the meanwhile, we have our little missions.
Brandy and I can just go do that right now.
Okay.
Which one is it?
Are we splitting up?
Varen's Vigorous Vials, got it.
Varen's vigorous files. Varen's vigorous files. Varen's vigorous files. And Randy's like walking away with Indra trying to get this down.
He like kind of shrugs for a second, like a lot of business folk like doing things like that. I don't know, they like being cutesy with their names. I feel like y'all are
Rolls off
judging me
the
or
tongue.
something.
I'm not-
You're like,
No, it rolls off the tongue. It's perfect.
Look, I've known a lot of folk like this. All right, I've spilled my fair share of blood. So let's go.
everybody.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Illuminati.
Yeehaw.
Oi, oi,
Aye,
Captain.
Captain.
Ooh.
I can hear you guys stop.
Captain. Oh.
We'll start with Erlin and Ilaria. Are you changing your appearance whatsoever, or are you simply trying to sneak into the Eastern Circle, or are you walking through the front door?
Our best bet would be walking through the front door.
Yeah, we're just looking for knowledge.
Okay.
What's this?
Uh,
Peaceful.
You see in front of you a large structure of several towers and pillars, all connected through smaller walkways in between. Compared to the Narrominian Tower, it looks a little puny, but compared to the rest of the buildings in the city, it towers over them. The circle itself, the main kind of structure, is of intricately built white, yellow, and brown limestone columns, all encircled with walkways around and in between it, and then a courtyard within the circle itself, almost like a kind of like fort of a kingdom. The windows are small and stained glass of black, purple, and yellow, with intricately carved iron window sills, fences, and decorations all around the structure. There is a large gate and walls that obstruct the structure. The gate seems open, though. The front door closed, yet there are no guards. But you feel as if your movements are being accounted for. You do not see the security, but there is this kind of feeling of arcane mana that washes over you a little bit. You step through?
Yes.
As tempting as it might be to go to places we might not be allowed, they might have eyes on us that we can't sense. So for now, let's try to keep things above board till we know better. Okay?
But sir, I'm just an innocent scholar of knowledge.
We both are.
Yeah.
Let's go in.
Okay. You step through into a low-lit entry room, and every once in a while, this almost like firefly that flies through the air lets out low lighting. And as you walk further and further in, on each side of you, you notice various kind of like bust-carved statues and paintings of great enchanters of the circle. And further in, more and more of these lights begin to appear as you come upon a large circular front desk flanked by rows upon of rows of scrolls and a little sign-in table with the person at the front looking regal, elderly, perhaps an ex-great enchanter, seemingly just doing some busy work. They look up at both of you with a kind of hint of boredom, a lull in their voice. Are you here for visitation, or to listen in on a class? Perhaps to enroll?
Does visitation cover the library?
Our main library is open to the public, yes.
That would be it, yes. Though, as a bit of curiosity, what kind of classes are they running at the moment?
enchantment classes, potion classes. We have a few in combat magic, defense magic, some history of the Empire magic. Though, unfortunately, if you're here to witness a class, I do request your family name, title. This is a rather closed facility.
Right. Yes. Might have to keep in mind some of the potion classes. At least for the time being, I think we'd just like to browse the library.
Right this way. Points to the right. And you notice like a long hallway, and then that opens up into a spiraling staircase upwards. Just go up the stairs to the second floor and take a right. That should lead you to the grand library.
Is it organized in any way that we should know? At least help us find our bearings.
It is organized alphabetically, according to the author, and then there are various sections that are labeled there, young man. Of course, there are assistants there to help you.
Thank you.
Could I please have your names for the sign-in sheet? And he just kind of like pushes a scroll towards you.
Just Baron Aldens. Just writing all that down. He makes puts effort into making like a little too fancy of a script for his signature.
Just gonna put Aria DuPont.
Okay. You both sign in, and are you making your way towards the library?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's leading us, so.
Sorry?
Pointed up.
Isn't the lady leading, like,
They just
not
have
leading
all
us, but like,
pointed up.
Nope, they
keeping
just,
an eye?
he just told you to, go that way. Also, it's an old
Oh,
man.
I see. Oh, my bad. Okay.
Boomer.
There was no.
Boomer. Alright. We shall enter the grand library. Is it very busy this time of day?
You notice that, it's the middle of the day, classes are going on, you see, students kind of, like, milling about. Inside the library, there's only, like, a small group of students. There's a few kind of, like, scattered throughout, either studying or returning library books. There are, of course, the tranquil assistants and helpers that manage the library. And there is, like, a smaller group kind of, like, off to the side, like, whispering to each other a little bit. The library itself, massive, grand. There are rows upon rows of books, various different sections of history, magical theory, potion crafting, enchantment, various ways of summoning spirits. There are a few books that look like they were like a little bit like hidden away a little bit, and your eye kind of like catches that like those are probably books that the school can't condone reading, but they're also like, if you
Not
keep it on the down
banned.
low, yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Right. So Erlin's going to keep like an eye on like some of these like more hidden off to the wayside type books, right? Kind of like make a little like plan in his brain. And what he's gonna do is look around. He's gonna like whisper to Arya for a bit. Sarah said it was like a curse, right? Maybe we can find more info on search kind of from two ways, from curses and from creatures. And
Wait, sorry. This is a question for. Are you asking specifically like?
we can kind of
two topics to
Yeah.
cover?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can kind of like see like what parts of the Venn diagram we can find information on this from, you know?
Yeah. Okay. And scene. I could look more on instances of that affliction.
Well, okay, maybe we should do it the other way around. If you're looking for creatures, right, you're looking for, fancy pelts and nice things to make clothes out of. If I'm looking for curses, I'm looking for things I can try to cure, right? Things I can try to make, things for. And there are a couple books that maybe they don't want us obviously taking a look at and reading. So, if you can, try to find one big fuck off encyclopedia, right? Just some thick textbook on some
I try to hide. I've done this.
Yeah, you know it. Exactly. Needle in a haystack.
Damn.
Split off. All right. I would like investigation checks from both of you, and please tell us what specifically you are looking for.
I'm looking for information on curses, sicknesses, afflictions.
Okay.
Ooh. I got
magical in nature, to be more specific.
Oh, not 20? Okay. What are you looking
Yeah,
for?
I'm looking for the differences of werewolves and other were-beings.
Monsters.
So like monsters, creatures, were-beings, specifically.
Yeah.
May I?
Mm-hmm.
Session reroll?
What did you get? Oh.
That was a 3.
Oh no.
Yes, you may.
All right, let's try that one again. You know, I'm a gambling man. I do technically have an inspiration, though. I think it's been like at least a day in person, like in campaign. I think since last time. I don't know.
You weren't here last
You weren't
campaign.
here. You weren't here last week, so I'll let you use it if you would like.
Campaign.
You weren't here for the
You
last
know what
campaign.
I mean.
Let's try even better.
Oh my
Okay,
god!
slightly worse, but hey, that's still a 12.
Jesus Christ!
They hate you today.
A clean 12.
Fuck.
The dice be dicing.
Damn, they don't want you to
Dice.
find shit about this, huh?
We investigate.
Okay, in regards to specifically curses, you find a lot of vague stuff. It's incredibly, folklore-y, and it's a lot of, my old cousin told me this kind of shit that happened to his old cousin, very, anthology stories. Not a lot of, documented evidence, and more of just, curses happen either when a great mage gets pissed the fuck off and fucks with shit that they shouldn't, and then they become cursed, or the mage does the cursing. There are also cursed objects, cursed locations. Those usually come upon through large scale magic. So there are a lot of ways to acquire this curse. Or just a curse in general. Lycanthropy is a cursed affliction, yes. In regards to creatures, were-creatures, werewolves are probably the most common and popular in folklore. But, were-bats, were-felines, a bunch of other stuff comes up. Werewolves specifically are harmed by silver weaponry, famously only kind of begin their transformation on a full moon, and the transformation ends when dawn breaks. Though some may feel the symptoms a day before the full moon actually begins. Depending on the curse, the werewolf could spread its curse to others, or it could just be the only one afflicted by it. There doesn't seem to be a specific cure. There are just a lot of theories in regards to the cure. Some point to priestly methods of just kind of like restoring the humanity of the werewolf. Others point to, and specifically in regards to like how the curse was found, just if there was like a ritual involved, doing different steps to kind of like ending that ritual, or like pleasing a forest spirit or something of that regard. Anything specific that you're trying to look for in that? Or...
What? So we know for like combat wise, silver weapons. What about magical effects? Or is it just like fair game?
I think I'm pretty sure that they're not resistant to any type of magic, or not like particularly harmed by any type of magic.
Is there a current, like within the library, just hanging about, a lunar calendar, just to get a feel for what phase we're at?
Yeah, sure. The next full moon is in 2 days.
Okay, so that severs one tie in my little head.
As you kind of like bring this information to Erland, and you both are like looking over the curses, both give me perception checks, please.
Yes, ma'am. Oh shit, that's a 16 or a 9? That's a 19 plus 5, 24.
24, Erland?
Click and
5. Awesome. The dice do not like you.
Just do the dice, Josh. Roll 20 does not like you today.
no, I gotta dance with the one that brought me.
Okay.
What?
All right, Shakespeare,
You
settle
heard the
down.
man.
Turn around. It's a Northern Lion quote.
You both kind of like, your ears perk up like a little bit as you hear this group of students a little bit away, but just kind of like whispering to each other, and one of them goes, "I'm not going down there. Are you like insane? That's where they like carry the weird fucking experiments. No. Pick a different dare, okay? Like, I'm not fucking around with that shit. You know what happened to Larry? Yeah. That's why he can't still like hear out of one of his ears."
Oh.
No.
She nudges Erlin. You hear that?
He's got his nose in the book. Huh?
Oh my gosh. This is why you listen to gossip going around you. She like turns. Are we in the clear
A little bit.
of like earshot?
I was
for
fucking
others?
muted. I was responding. I thought you were fucking ignoring me, Alec.
Why the fuck would I ignore you?
I don't know. I was like, but okay.
Why the fuck would
didn't
I
know
just
was
ignore
muted.
you?
I don't even know I was muted. Sorry,
were saying?
continue.
Oh yeah. Is there anyone near us to hear?
No, you're kind of like in a more like private section of the library, and so are the students, and it seems like they wanted to kind of like discuss this away from like other people. And just didn't
Good
think
ear.
that like you were, important enough to like pay attention.
Fair, valid. She's gonna kind of motion. Not really, just kind of like eye point. They're chatting about some sort of experiments in the basement. Now, I don't know if they're gonna be able to use magic to detect us before we can even see what's going on.
Probably. It's risky.
We could get a fellow rodent friend to look further. Sarah Dwin.
I thought you were talking.
No, you're not.
We'll have to see what Agus thinks about this place. Part of that, they'd be ready for any kind of magical means of getting to where people aren't allowed. I mean, people are taught that here. I don't like it, but maybe your skills are better suited here, because it won't trigger the same kinds of alarms.
The old-fashioned way.
Wild shape
Oh,
doesn't
Relax.
trigger that.
Yeah, wild shape.
Danica,
From
why
my
are there
understanding,
pots and pans banging like behind
that's
It's the wild shape, obviously.
it's the wild
What
shape.
is that?
No, he's getting ice. He just got home.
Brother, do you operate an ice machine?
No, the fridge is just very overproductive today. My questioning was, or my understanding for wild shape was that it wasn't a thing that mages could like it's technically not magic in the way that mages can detect, because it's specifically a Sisters of the Wilds thing. No? Maybe so?
You don't know. You would have to ask Sarah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh no, that was a
Erlen's
character.
mind, at
like,
least shapeshifting is pretty magical. But he doesn't know shit about like magic. Not really. At least not from a mage's perspective. So he treads caution.
Would I know that?
What kind of robes are they wearing?
Hold on. Ricky, do you want to take this one? Because I genuinely don't know.
All right, ask the question one more time, because I
Okay.
was looking something up.
Would I know if they can detect a wild shape? Because technically, wild shape is reserved for like the Sisters of the Wild and shapeshifters, not other mages.
Okay. So, in even in the flavor text of Wild Shape, it is stated to just be overtly magical. You can use your action to assume the form, to magically assume the form of a beast that you have seen before.
Okay, we're looking at D&D rules. What about Dragon Age rules?
That is
Yeah,
that is just a straight up spell in the game. Like
In-
it
in
will just
Dragon
consume.
Age?
Like
In
changing
Dragon
it
Age, it will
different.
consume mana.
But that's not a... It consumes
It
mana,
is-
but
Like,
it's not
would
a
it-
spell.
would it be detectable through detect magic? Is my question overall.
Wild Shape, yeah, would be detectable by Detect Magic.
Okay. Like the action of, or like let's say somebody in like a rat form comes crawling
Both.
through, and you're like, "Hey,
Both.
that rat looks suspicious."
Both.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Although you would have to be looking for it to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
They wouldn't suspect a fly.
Not a little old me.
They're chatting about something different. They're not gonna like focus. They have no idea where even.
I forgot about Flydwin.
Flydwin, yeah.
I know how Indra feels now. I don't. I just overtly don't, but...
Yeah, anything else that you wanted to try, like, either over here, or just, like, go up to the students and talk to them, or are you trying to get out?
I'm gonna compare notes with Varen. Just kind of like, okay, this is what I found out.
What do the students wear?
Seem to be wearing, like, black magical robes with kind of like a golden, gilded, like, embroidery, well-made belts, and kind of, like, long cloaks. It's probably, like, a uniform, but it's, like, varied between them, and very well-made.
Do any of them carry around like little like name cards, little identification things, or no?
No.
Erlen's sitting there for a second, kind of plotting. It's like, it's risky.
Everything's risky.
Everything's risky. I don't know. It's might have an easier way in if you looked like they do, but I don't know
Do
how
you
you
want
get
me
your
to
hand-
pretend to be a stupid college student again? A la the Lomarin game?
I don't know how well that'd help you if you don't look the part.
They should have spare somewhere, right, DMs? Maybe?
Really? I don't know. Neither of us know about that. We don't even know if they
Yeah.
get the uniforms here.
Dang.
I mean, part of me is thinking up a scheme, right, where we do the old do a trick, right, that I've seen done before. It's you accidentally spill something on someone's clothes, right? And maybe it's not you that does it, right? Maybe it's someone else like me, or maybe we trick them into doing it. And then the idea is that you, right, you're this, you do this kind of thing, right? You're good at like washing things. It's part of your business. So maybe you say, hey, I'll take this for a while. You can come pick it up tomorrow, and then kind of use that as a front. But it's risky. All of it's kind of risky. Time being,
Maybe.
I'm gonna look around a bit, and if you can hear anything more about what they're chatting about, right, or figure out a good way to
In.
yeah, and kind of see what we can find out there.
This is a DM question. Sorry for the questions. If we go through the plan, of her, going to play dry cleaner for somebody else's uniform, is there a chance that she could duplicate the uniform, or is that too complex?
Probably would be complex, right? Unless we hire someone else to do it.
No. It's got a bit of backstory.
So like, could you like rephrase the question?
Okay. So basically, they go home with, let's say, the soiled uniform, and she gets it under the guise of, oh, I'm a purveyor of fabrics. I could clean it well for you. And overnight, basically make a second copy of the uniform. Maybe not a perfect copy, but close enough.
Overnight,
So-
you want to sew a gown together?
I thought it was a robe with just
Erlen
embroidery.
said nothing about this being together. He brought up a concept. He brought up an idea.
He did bring up an idea, but I'm like, well, what happens when, I don't know, the clothes are still soiled, and they'd be like, hey, what's that on you? You sneaking around. You smell of, like, grapes.
What's the question here?
Basically, would she be able to make a passable copy
Nope.
of it?
In a night? No.
Okay.
Nope.
Got it. Ugh.
Let's not get hung up on it, right? Maybe eavesdrop a little more so we get like a better idea of what exactly they're talking about. And I'm gonna look up people of importance. As Erlen goes to look up people of importance, like history of Narrominion, right? Like founders of Narrominion, or popular, like if they keep any records of like little like newspaper clippings and things, right? Like big scandalous controversies.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yep. Give me an investigation.
Those are several different things. In order of importance, he cares about like scandalous whatever kind of controversies with people in power, right? Then going one tier lower, generally speaking, people in power that you should pay respect to.
All right.
Like this person just got hired to be like the fucking mayor.
Mayor.
Okay. I will say that Asan and Indra have already like uncovered a few people like in power that with like scandals associated with them, that being like Glyceria and Felix, who both spoke out against.
Erlen just hopes he'll find the name that he likes, that he wants. Not that he
A
likes.
name that he
I'm,
likes.
I know. Hold on, let me finish, please.
Okay.
I
Because
just don't like their names.
Josh is like, yeah, those fuckers. Anyway, because Indra and Asan already found 2 people with like scandals associated with them, those being Glyceria and Felix, who spoke out against the Tevinter Imperium, and both had
How
like
dare
very
they.
different things happen to them. Give me an investigation check with advantage, because knowing those 2 names helps.
It helps narrow it
Knowing the
down.
name Synesius helps.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Let's go 13.
13.
Give it up for roll 13.
13. With the specific name that you're looking for and with the information that you already have, there is one snippet of one article. It was a group of students about 10 years ago. A group of 4 students. Felix, Glyceria, Synesius, and Priscilla. Working on... Annika, can you please mute? Working on a project that was considered incredibly disrespectful to the Imperium. A cure for tranquility. The article cuts off there. It is written in a way that was demonizing these students. And anything further seems to have been cut off to stop any important information regarding the experiment and the students getting out, but they were all gently encouraged to research something else. And after a while, it seems like the group fell apart a little bit. The only one still remaining in high standing in society, attaining a role of magister, is Synesius.
Erlen's going to keep this particular snippet in mind, and in notes. Yeah, in notes, like low key transcribing bits of it, right? Just so that he understands, like, this was when this was posted. This was like, if I don't even know if they like list exactly who writes these or if that information would even still be there, right? But just the idea that, like, here's a record that this was a thing that happened and it was talking shit about you.
Give me a sleight of hand check.
All right, we be slight, we be hand.
Are you sure about that?
Dude, don't
sure
jinx
hope
him.
it
He's been
does.
having a rough day.
I sure hope
Come
it does. We got a
on.
10. We got a clean 10.
I'm here to cause chaos and nothing else.
I don't know if you're causing chaos as much of a nuisance.
You're welcome.
Erland, you notice one of the tranquil assistants walk over to you and go, "We do discourage people from copying from our documents directly. I'm afraid this goes against library policy. Would you please hand over the documentation, and I do have to ask you to leave."
Oh, my word, I was unaware this was against... I didn't quite get a good layout of the rules here. Things work a little different from where I'm from. By all means. He'll, he kind of, like, holds up the little paper. Should I just dispose of this somewhere?
I will dispose of it. What is Ilaria doing in this situation?
Do I see the person?
Yeah.
Like, do I see this commotion?
Yep. Commotion.
Keeping her-
It's not really a commotion. They're being.
I know, it's
as,
more
like,
of a,
Yeah.
they're talking.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna keep her distance, but I do kind of plan to follow the person, and while doing that, she's gonna stack more books and more books into her hands.
Okay. You're stacking books into your hands. Erlen, do you hand over the?
Yeah.
Okay. They look at it and just kind of blank stare completely. And just kind of like put it away into their cloak. Now, I do apologize, but you will be asked to leave.
Didn't mean to offend none.
It is of no offense. Simply a rule in the library.
What other rules should we keep in mind? Don't want any, what do they say? Foxpaw.
Transcribing works is prohibited. The checkout of books must go through the direct procession at the front desk. And we only allow those with connection to the magisterium to access the upper floors, as well as our classes. Is there anything else?
Short and sweet, I'll commit it to memory. Thank you.
You are welcome.
He'll just mosey on his way out.
They follow you until they see you leave. Do you exit the building?
Well, how far? They want me out of the library, right?
They want you out of the building.
Out of the building? Fuck.
No,
Alright.
you've been escorted off
Until
the
they stop
premises.
following me, yes. As
Okay.
far as is necessary for them to stop following me.
They just kind of stop at like the entrance and like stare at you. And then as soon as you like step out of the front doors, they just kind of like nod and then turn away. Ilaria, as you're like kind of stacking books and notice like the Tranquil follow Erland out, the students kind of like begin to whisper a little bit more, and just one of them goes, "Oh my god, did you see like that one got escorted by the Tranquil? That's so embarrassing." That could never happen again.
Oh, it's so like, oh, what's the word?
Yeah, like everybody knows, like if you wanna copy the books, you like ask to bring one to one of the tables and then you do it quietly. Don't just do it out in the open. That's like the number one rule.
He looks so stupid.
Oh my god, that's what you get for bringing a dwarf into the circle.
I'm gonna kill him.
This is me asking
God.
for clarification. They said
Gonna go.
bring the text to a table and have it be open that it's being copied.
That's not a good thing. Not in this situation. No.
Like,
Don't want that to
no,
be
what was
on
that?
me.
they
What was-
said no. They said to do it like more discreetly and not just kind of.
Oh,
like,
I see. Okay,
Yeah, like
that's
copy
what
it.
that's
Like,
what I
You're
was
mad- you're
mad that she
misunderstanding.
got caught. They're students. You think they pay for all their textbooks?
Yeah,
The rich
let's be
students.
real here.
the students are just like, "Ugh, like couldn't be me.
How could they get caught? Like,
Just like don't get caught. I don't know. Like if that were me, I wouldn't have gotten caught. Simply.
Could I? Was the book that Erlen was looking at kind of like left abandoned?
Up to Erland.
no, you would.
Like, as the-
You would have been like, let's have no record of this. At least nothing obvious. It's like if this is like in a little like bundle of like clippings and things, just have it like be like rummaged in there. It's like he likes covering the tracks.
Okay, give me an investigation check, Ilaria. With
Basically,
disadvantage
she's trying
to
to.
try and find
pick
the
up the
book that
tracks.
Erland- Yeah,
Okay. Investigation. Well.
with disadvantage.
Disadvantage. You ready?
Uh huh.
Will it matter?
Oh, but
The other one was a 6.
Oh. No idea.
You won't
Dang it.
believe how bad the flooding was 7 seasons ago.
This just in: crazy man proclaims he is new Andraste.
Narrow-minion
Wow.
man chooses to punch alligator in the dockyard.
While I'm still here,
Mhm.
could okay, specifically, she's looking for a census and looking for an accurate, kind of like the first report of the murders.
First report of the murders?
Of the recent, like, in the
going
industrial.
back a couple of months. First report, same kind of shit. Within that kind of like large line that we drew here.
Yeah.
Like this one. Within there, the first murder was like near like the industrial zone, just as brutal, just as like structural damage caused. The person killed seems to have just been like an industrial worker from like a woodcutting plant on
Oh,
their
man.
way home to work. Yeah, and just kind of like seemingly random.
Was there an actual date? This might be a long shot.
A date?
Yeah, so I want her to be able to cross-reference something.
Okay, you have to tell me what you're cross-referencing.
Okay,
Why are you keeping
basically-
secrets from me?
I'm sorry. No.
Don't be quiet about this.
It's not
Are you
supposed to be a
cross-referencing the
secret.
date with the
Basically,
the
the date
moon?
of the first murder. Yeah.
Oh, it was not a full moon.
Oh, shucks. Well then, there goes that theory. It wasn't even
Good, we're
close to a
crossing
full
off
moon?
things.
It was like, I mean, like maybe a day or two before a full moon. So like not an exact day, but
While she was researching the werewolf thing, is it within the person's control, or like it's specifically only to the moon?
that depends on the type of curse.
Depends on the curse. It
yeah.
always depends on the curse.
Dang it.
I feel like Josh is gonna crash out on me this session.
No, that's exact. I know werewolves. Ricky puts them in everything we're in.
No.
Ha ha ha, Josh.
different.
But see, this one was my idea, because I'm also gay.
She's cursing. This is why I hate studying magic.
Yeah, like if someone cursed you out of your control completely. If this was a curse kind of like passed down in kind of like a tradition sort of way, you have more autonomy when you transform. Usually though, it's very like in a very like slim amount, you still have like a sense of what you're doing, but your emotions and senses and like hunger is heightened. In a majority of the cases, you have very little control over what you're doing.
Right. It's just whether you transform or not that
Yep.
isn't blah blah blah. Okay. Actually, I'm looking. Sorry, I'm looking at my inventory right now. I see. Okay. She's gonna. This is gonna be how the series of events goes. The group of students. They're still there. She's
Yeah.
gonna walk by with an uncorked stamina bottle in her pocket, with the book still stacked in hand. Bump. Oh shoot! I'm so sorry. Most of the stamina bottle going on the students' robes.
Stamina potion?
Watch where the fuck you're going!
Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't see you over there. Her head is peeking behind the stack of books. Did I ruin your robes?
Yeah. Dad bought this for me.
Do you have a spare?
Yeah, lucky for you. You have no idea how much this costs.
I'm so sorry. She like puts the books down. She's doing the whole like fawning thing. Like, I could totally pay to like clean that up. I have
Doubt it.
a lady. Excuse me. I'd like to make this right. Could I please clean those for you? I'll drop them off like right the next day. My treat.
Give me a deception check with advantage.
She's matching their tone. Like, you're gonna give me a sass?
Did you pour a
was a
stamina
student.
potion?
Yeah. Sorry. It's what I had. Either it was stamina potion or
Guys,
acid.
the Lord is
Crying
testing
myself
Josh
to
today.
I'm crying myself. Somewhere out in the distance, Erlin senses a disturbance.
Erlin's
Like hundreds of gold pieces, like falling.
Both
into
Erlin and Indra are like out on staircases smoking a cigarette right now, just going
Is
like,
the
I want to
stamina
fucking die.
The monster.
I would love to fucking think Erlin's just like walking away, just like on the street, and all of a sudden just like has to clutch his chest and hold the wall like.
He's having heartburn.
It's heartburn every time we waste money.
You said deception, right?
That was some good
Mhm.
potion, man.
Okay. That was 30.
Sorry?
That was 30. 30.
Oh, I thought you said 3. I was like, what?
No.
She goes, whatever. Yeah. Are you like one of the new hired help or something?
Oh no, I'm new around town. Just trying to get lay of the land, all that. And you are?
Procopia.
Oh wait. How do you spell that?
Give me a second.
Percopia. You spell something on their clothes, follow them to the back, and kill them?
No, and the NPC.
Procopia.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Oh, Procopia, I'm Ava. Nice to meet you. So sorry this happened.
Ava. Right. Was that dwarf one of your little friends?
Who?
Oh, you didn't see? There was a dwarf here, like, researching some stuff. And he, like, got caught copying. It's kind of funny.
Oh, that is kind of gush.
Yeah, like, if you're gonna sneak around or you're gonna, like, go into places that you shouldn't, like, everybody knows that you gotta be more careful about that. Like, the gang here and I, we, like, get into all kinds of places around this school, and we've never been caught once. We're kind of good at it.
Do you have like a favorite place? Matching.
She kind of like
Get
looks
them.
over at one of the other students and goes, "Yeah, I guess we do."
Get them talking. The longer you get them talking, the better you can copy their voice.
She's buttering them up like Texas
No
toast.
way. I don't believe you. There's no way you could have
No,
done that.
totally. She's starting to
the-
pick up a slightly more of their verbal quirks.
Your
The
code
other
switching.
student like looks at her. Oh, are you going to send her like down there?
I mean, she's asking, like,
Yeah, but like even like the delinquents around here don't want to go down there.
yeah, but they're all kind of pussies. You're not a pussy,
Yeah.
are you?
Oh, I mean, like, I traveled through a war picket line. Like, is that any different?
They just kind of look at you like, ew. Like, you know when you say something, like, really awkward and weird to a group of popular kids, they just kind of look at you with an expression of, like, oh.
Oh,
you're
you're,
one of
like
those.
that.
Anyway, have you heard of this, I guess, like, weird temple around here? It's...
You mean one that isn't the Andrastian temple?
No, idiot. The weird one, like, right next to the circle. It's become kind of like a graveyard, but it used to be, I heard, a temple to, like, one of the old gods.
Yeah, it's super fucking weird.
Yeah, but, like, the catacombs beneath it apparently, like, lead to some kind of creepy places, like some of the weird prisons that the city used to have.
Wait, no. Proco, we're not allowed to talk about that,
Oh,
remember?
whatever. Like the cleaner over here is gonna spill the beans to someone.
I mean, I've already spilled whatever I poured. My bad again.
You're funny.
Likewise.
I wasn't making a joke.
This is Annika gritting through her teeth.
Sorry,
That's
I'm
not
dealing psychic
Ilaria.
damage to all the theater kids.
Abort!
You're hurting my brain.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to go explore that.
I mean, have you guys explored that?
Why would we?
I mean, you said you were pretty good at, like, getting to places you shouldn't be.
Yeah, but I mean, what are we gonna do in a bunch of catacombs, you know?
I don't know, discover something cool.
Give me an insight check.
Check. 12.
12? Damn, y'all.
Yeah. No, nothing.
there's like you remember them arguing about going down there
Mhm.
and being scared of that. You're not sure if they're talking about the same exact place, as well as there is a reason that they don't want to go down there, and it seems like they're almost like pranking you in a way, like telling you to go down into like the deep scary area and probably like, I don't know, either get lost for a while, get scared, and then like run away so they can make fun of you.
Oh, her question was more of a challenge, like an inquisitive challenge.
No, she knows and she's not taking the bait.
I got it.
Yeah, like we have other places we could go to.
So much cooler places.
Yeah.
Well, it's probably stinky.
Oh yeah. But I mean, not like you have clothes to ruin, you know?
No, these are my yucky outside clothes.
Yeah.
You don't have
we
clothes to
could
change
tell.
into when you go to your chambers?
Oh, honey.
She's keeping up the deception, but it's really hard. Her blood pressure is picking up.
Anyway.
Erlen's standing out in the rain like, the fuck's taking
Take yours off.
The downpour
Let her
began. He's
work.
just kind of like.
Still manages to light one cigarette.
Indra's like, I quit the Lyria, I'm not quitting smoking. Yeah, anyway, I mean, let us know if you go down there and, like, find anything.
Oh, let me know where I should pick up your robe. So I could, like, clean it.
Oh,
Do you want any, like, new embellishments?
no thank you.
Fair.
Alright, let me go change, I guess. And she kind of, like, walks off, and returns 10 minutes later, wearing, like, an identical robe, and just, yeah.
Same exact.
Yeah. And then just kind of, like, gives you, like, a little bag that's folded. Yeah, I mean, you could just, like, drop it off at the front desk and tell them it's, for Procopia.
Just Procopia? Is there another Procopia?
Mm-hmm. She kind of, like, looks you up and down. Oh, you don't know? Xerxes? That's my last name.
Write that down. Xerxes.
Write that down.
Right. Okay.
There. From what, like, you and Erland have read, huge kind of like contributors and donators to various magical academies. Her
Oh,
father
Lord.
is very much a magister.
She's a Vanderbilt.
Bug nepo babies.
Oh yeah, though it is funny that the Eastern Circle is kind of like the overflow of like magister children that didn't make it into the Naraminian Tower.
Ouch.
Oh,
She's not even
successful
talented.
nepo baby.
Aren't all nepo
She's a
babies
floppo
untalented?
baby.
All right.
Okay.
Are you
Meets
like-
Erland outside.
Yeah. All right, and then we'll cut to the other group. Asan, Saradwin, Shepard. You explore the docks. Are you like asking around for like werewolf, or are you trying to track them, or how are you
Okay.
investigating this?
Is there a way that I can transform into a dog
Yes,
and sniff out the werewolf?
you
like,
would need to
Sniff
have
out
their
something
scent.
sneaky. Damn it. Okay, but the sheep would.
Okay.
You would-
I mean,
I'm willing
none of
to
them
allow
looked
this
attacked.
with I'm willing to allow this with a really good survival check.
Alright.
I'm saying like Ricky, if you're cool with that.
I'm fine with that. It's just it's gonna be a high DC because the attack happened a while ago. The scent would most likely have
I
dispersed.
have a
by now.
very
Can I
high
assist?
sense of smell.
How are you assisting?
Well, I'm just double checking my stats. Technically, I still have rat form. Siren, which rat form I believe is the one that has advantage on smell-based perception checks.
Yes.
Okay, so what we're doing here is like we're retroactively trying to pick up on a scent at the zoo and now using it here, which is fine, but I would ask for checks from Saradwin for survival, and Asan for perception, like with your rat form, Siren, to try and get the scent from the zoo, and then another survival check later on, like to see like how well you guys picked up on that scent. Is that fine?
Yeah.
That's fine. So
Okay.
you want me to roll first for the perception?
Yes.
Point
Yeah.
A, then point B.
Rat 5e. 1 second, I need to pull up the rat stats.
Rat stats.
Rat stats.
Because yeah, like all the sheep
So
look
it's
like
just
they
a
were in
flat
one piece.
d20, but with advantage. Okay.
All the sheep look intact. It seems like the attacks. You start to think that perhaps the
If
zoo
any of them
is-
were attacked, they'd be dead.
You start to think that perhaps the zoo reopened because a lot of attacks happened and they had to close it down and clean away the blood.
Yeah, it's fucking wild.
All right, that is a 16. You said
Yeah, it's a 16
16
with
okay.
rat form.
Okay, Saradwin, please make a survival check with advantage.
Okay. Okay. 22.
22.
Yep.
So, you follow the scent fairly well towards the dockyard, and a little bit, kind of like around, like meandering a little bit, as if this creature was just kind of like running away, in kind of this like brazen, like mad dash, completely confused by its surroundings. You trace it. Allow me to make a little ruler. Kind of like in this strange area, past the dock, towards the slums. As it begins to rain, however, the scent dissipates, and you are all kind of left a little bit stranded, but it is your first time in this kind of lower class district of dilapidated buildings, people sitting out on the street, and this perpetual kind of darkness of the towers to the south and to the east looming over you, casting these like deep shadows over the whole the like slum district.
Dogwin just looks at you like this.
Dogwin.
You guys can tell that she has lost the scent into the rain as it begins to downpour.
Oh. Oh,
And,
Dogwin.
So I guess where we lost the scent, could I like try to look around to see if I see any similar marks to that were near like the scene of the crime?
Yeah, make a
Maybe
perception check,
This
please.
happened before.
16. Not the same forceful indents, but the same scratch marks appear at a few buildings, and then as the buildings turn to like wood, more just kind of like large claw marks along wood, kind of like trailing downward. You lead the group, and you all find yourselves at a small bar, the Dead Cup, though at the front of it states closed for the next 2 days. Someone holding a little kind of like cloth over their head walks by, kind of like looks over at you guys, just goes, "Oh, are you here for the bar? Sorry, yeah, they close down every once in a while, just every month. Not sure why." It's kind of like,
Every month?
They
yeah.
close down every month. Is
Yeah.
it always around the same time?
I mean, I honestly don't know. Usually for like one day. But I still come here, you know? I mean, friendly owner. Stillion,
What's the
I
name of the
think?
bar?
The Dead Cup.
The Dead
What's
Cup.
what's the name of the owner?
Stillion.
If you know.
Yeah, they're real friendly. Super nice. Just, quirky. Yeah.
Can you spell the
Yes.
the name? Thank you.
Can I sniff that man?
Not sure if it's a man. Don't
Are
really
you still
know.
a dog?
Don't
Are you-
assume.
Are you okay? I
Bark,
thought Sarah
bark,
wanted to
bark.
sniff the
Wow.
person
Okay.
we're
Why
talking
is your
to
dog
right now.
so-
Yeah. I'm gonna sniff
Yes.
that person.
They just think it's a dog sniffing them, probably, right? Like,
Yes.
Oh, sorry, the person that,
yeah,
like,
like
okay.
right in front of us. Like,
Okay. You
Dillian,
give him
they,
a,
them,
give him
owning
a
the
sniff. You pick up a hint of, like, the scent that you caught at the zoo, but it's not this person.
guys,
So they've been around.
Yeah, I come. Oh, your dog is very friendly. Yeah, I come here every once in a while. All right, buddy. I don't have anything for you. Okay.
we'll circle back and try to.
Yeah, they live
Come
right
back
above
when
the
it's
bar. Maybe they're just sick or something.
Oh,
Anyway,
okay.
and they walk off.
Brain be braining.
So, Dogwin, and
Wolf.
I yes, smile. You know, I only ever learned about werewolves through stories of, being a shepherd. They tell you, "Ooh, be careful of the werewolf coming to eat your sheep." It was only ever real wolves. In all the stories, the werewolf would only appear during a full moon. A full
Yeah.
moon lasts around 3 days.
I was thinking that as well. Especially with the timing of the gruesome murders.
So this bar, the owner might be who we're looking for.
We can't assume, but we can definitely consider that.
It's closed for 3 days. When was the most recent murder?
The DMs.
I think like a week ago or so.
When was last full moon?
Month ago.
A month ago.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Oh no, timelines don't line up.
No, it's gonna happen soon. Well,
Yeah, but if the last full moon was about a month ago, that means
When's the next full moon?
about
in 2
probably
days.
like
In 2
tonight
days.
in 2 days.
So everyone
Aha.
just knows.
So the bar closes in preparation for the full moon. They said this guy lived
This person.
above the bar.
Person.
What?
You don't know if it's a guy.
Who?
The the owner. You
The
don't
owner.
know. You don't know if the owner
No,
is a man.
I was saying the person we were just talking to said that they
Oh.
lived.
Oh.
No, you said this guy lives above the bar.
No, I said this guy said they lived
Oh,
above the
okay.
bar.
Oh, sorry. I heard
then we
something
misheard.
different.
She's sniffing the door.
Yes,
So-
they apparently live above the bar.
So let's see if they're home.
What do you do?
Knock, 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 knock.
On the door.
I don't know. Are we?
Yeah, I think we Dogwin comes to the door. And
Orc?
our story is this your dog? We found it. It was sniffing around here.
Alright, you knock on the door, no answer.
Hello. We
Oh.
found a puppy out here. It's not really a puppy, I guess. It's a full-grown dog. We just want to make sure it's not yours. They seem to like the area. So, like, I'm gonna keep not...
God damn it.
Dogwin?
Yes, I
No
was
one,
doing
no
that.
one comes to the door.
I try to open it to see if it's unlocked.
It's unlocked.
I'm going in. Hello?
It's a small, kind of like ratty establishment. Low lit, a few kind of like tables strewn about, a few chairs fixed up. It's not like dusty or dirty, but it is very like dingy. Maybe like 1 or 2 windows that have been kind of like broken and then patched up. And then a kind of like wooden staircase that leads upstairs. Seems to be a little like bar at the very back and a little kitchen, kind of like just a little propane stove. Very like homemade, kind of like, you know, we serve soup and sausage and a beer type of situation.
And that's it.
Yep, good luck.
All right. Let's keep the act up because they're here. All right, pup. Is this your home? Sniff around to see if you recognize it.
She's sniffing.
I'm
Smell
sending
gets intensely more.
Ratrin in. I'm sending Ratrin in.
Squeak, squeak, squeak. The dog follows. The scent is overwhelming now. This is definitely like the one that you caught at the zoo and like tracked through the docks. At the very top of the stairs is a wooden door. It is locked.
I go to the wooden door and I knock.
Give me a perception check.
Time for a perception check.
She's doing everything in her power not to do the bloodhound howl.
Well,
10. Quiet. You don't hear anything.
is it? Hello?
No response.
Anyone there? I think this is your dog. It really likes it here. Like, it's sniffing around, like, real good. Like,
Serdwin starts
I-
crying and scratching at the door.
I think your dog really wants to come in and say hi. Like, it's scratching. Dogs don't do this normally.
Me looking at my own fucking dog. Yeah, you don't do that often, do you? Little asshole.
No response, no movement.
Are you okay in there?
Can I smell him behind the door?
Them.
Them.
And could they? Is there a person behind the door?
No, you don't smell anything. You smell like the scent, but not like you can't like smell a person through a door. Like the scent that you picked up is very heavy in this area, but otherwise.
She's gonna look somewhere else.
I'm starting to think maybe you passed out or something. So if you don't come to the door in the next 5 seconds, I think I'm gonna have to break it down. I'm worried for your health and well-being. Your dog really wants to come in the room. 5,
Giving them a countdown.
4.
Question: how much of a gap is there in the door, like between the door and the door frame?
3.
Maybe like an inch.
Is it enough for a small rat to squeeze through?
Give me a dexterity check.
Oh God, what's our? Let me check the rat's dexterity. +0. Let's do this.
Dog
7.
would-
7. You smash your face against the door.
Actually, no. It's low enough. I could use my once per session reroll for rat.
A rat.
The rat. 16 for
16.
rat.
You
to
squeeze through the door. There's nobody inside.
1.
Athlock. There's no one inside.
Zero.
That's what they want you to
Can
think.
your rat like unlock the door?
No, but we can. I'm pretty sure you can just kick it down, Athlock.
That's what I was gonna do. Is your rat out of the way?
Squeak, squeak,
I
squeak.
mentally command rat to go out of the way.
0.
Crash!
0. Rat.
I'm not making you roll a strength check.
Okay.
You crash through the door, it swings open, lock is broken. Inside you find a small apartment with a bed by the window, large, thick curtains. One side of the room has a desk with a calendar and several notes spread out, some tacked to the wall above the desk, a little lantern by the side. In a corner of the room stands a kind of like heavy stone, like brazier or kind of like column or something, and a long iron chain is wrapped around it with a manacle on one side, and it is broken. And it seems to have been broken a while ago.
Whatever this was got away. Why was the door locked? Is there any windows?
There is a window, but it's not,
It's not broken or anything?
no, it's not broken or anything. It seems to have been locked from the other side. So, like, the person leaving their house locked the door.
Can I look around for anything interesting?
Yeah, you look around. There is a lunar calendar on the desk, and amidst the notes, there's a lot of research regarding the land outside of Narrominion. Either caves or forests, or kind of like outskirt locations. And there seems to be one that's kind of like researched a little bit more and seems to kind of like be pointed on a map that this person has. An old, overgrown temple down south by a lake.
You think that's where they went?
I wrote that down. Yes, I think that might have been where they went. Agreed.
And that's where we'll end the session.
Yeah,